Now let's talk real quickly a little about workflow, because we've kind of gone through pricing. I mean, I know we're not going into great detail, but I hope I've given you enough tidbits and tips just to let you know that to me, photography is a complete process. It's from the phone call to exiting my door with product. That is photography. Photography is not this. It really and truly is not. So I want just to at least touch base on the things that I use, because a lot of you out there are just starting out and you don't know what to do. And man, when you get this kind of information at the rate you're getting it, it's a lot, and I know it's a lot. And not to put a final plug in for Creative Live, and it's really hard to say this about yourself, but it's crazy if you don't buy this program. At $99, it's absolutely insane, honestly. And I know it ends in how many hours? Like
5 hours, 45 minutes.
5 hours and 45 minutes. You have 5 hours and 45 minutes to make that decision. So just to really honestly tell you my opinion on this before we go too far elsewhere, for $99, you're going to get all those discounts that all those free things that we offered that are a value of well over $99 now. But you're going to get everything I said, and you can listen to it at the pace you want to listen to it. And that's really the important thing. I guarantee you, you know they say you take 5% of everything you hear. Do you realize what a small percentage of what you've really taken from this is? So, I mean, it's something that I want you to learn this stuff, because honestly, I want to help my industry. I want to protect myself, and by teaching you, I'm protecting all of us. So you have very little time on that. As soon as the show is over, I honestly think for the $99, you should go get it, especially that it's going to go up to $149. Why not save $50? Eventually, you're going to wish you knew what you knew, so go for it. So apologies for that interruption, but I really believe that's a killer deal. I charge a lot more than that, so I would definitely go for it. Okay, workflow, the tools that we use Lightroom for all of our editing, and we can pretty much get through everything we need to do in Lightroom, and it is just it's just an incredible fast tool. If you're not familiar with Lightroom, you need to go there. We of course use Photoshop for the retouching side, and there are very few things that Lightroom can't do, but there will always be a need for Photoshop, because there are just some things that Lightroom should never do. It's really an editing tool and a processing tool. We'll be coming through on the tour very soon. We start at the end of April, and we're teaching how to use Lightroom effectively. Our goal is, just like everything, to take your time and cut it in half. So hopefully we'll see some of you on there. But a big shout out to Adobe. You guys have been great supporters as well. And this year is very exciting, because this tour is an Adobe tour. So we have the power of Adobe to fuel us and make things go. ProSelect is a sales tool that we use, and they obviously have a discount that they're offering, 10% discount on ProSelect purchases. Gosh, it sounds like I'm just telling you about everything, and I apologize for that, but every tool is important to me, but you can't have them all. Honestly, you cannot have everything I've talked about, but ProSelect is one tool that if you're at the point in your company where you need to learn to sell better, this is the tool you need. So this is the tool that's going to help you control your environment. It's going to help make it seamless to your client. It's going to give you the ability to show those beautiful slideshows, to put them to music. You can use things like wall displays. They have ways that you can put things in frames. You can do the wall collections, the wall collages. All of that is seamless. So it's just done, and it's just something that I would highly recommend. So again, everybody has taken something out of my show that you think, I need that's my next purchase. But this, for some of you, if you're at the sales point, this is definitely something I would recommend. ProSelect is definitely very seamless in the sense that this is what this is what the user sees, the sales associate, if you're using two screens. And imagine we're in projection. So this is what the associate is seeing. We're able to see all of the image, but this is what the client is seeing. They're seeing one single image. You certainly can show them multiple images, but we want to keep it clean and organized and friendly. I want to explain this artist favorite thing here, because people will ask about that. When we do a slideshow, the photographer that creates the slideshow will actually go through and pick 6 to 8 images that are our favorite. And we mentioned earlier that we will do artwork on 3 to 6 images, 2 of which are going to be art products. Those images, our favorite images, will be marked with the words artist suggestion or artist favorites. Now sometimes we pick 10 to 15, or I shouldn't say that, we pick 8 to 10 artist favorites. Not all of them get artwork, but they are marked as our favorites. So when a client comes in and they're actually in the slideshow, when a client's watching that slideshow, when they see the word artist favorites, what they're actually seeing is, Sandy loves that one. Sandy loves that one. That's her favorite. Now, if you put 2 images that are similar side by side, Number one, if one of them is retouched, and one of them, the retouched one says artist favorite, and the other one is really, really similar, and you ask a client left or right, they're always going to pick the artist favorite, always. I've never seen that not happen unless there's something very, very specific. So what I'm doing is I'm telling my clients I'm subconsciously telling them what to buy. They don't even know that it's happening, but I'm suggesting sales to them by telling them that this image is my favorite. But you know what I'm really telling them? That I took the time to go through that their family or child was important enough to me to take the time and to go through and pick my favorite and to tell them which one was my favorite. Now, if you do your own sale, you might be saying, well, then I don't need to do that. I could just tell them. It's not the same. The word itself, seeing it on there, is a visual where they go, oh, she likes this one. And sometimes they'll turn to you and say, why is that your favorite? Have an answer. Don't say it's because I'm supposed to pick 6 to 10. Say because, and in this case it's not showing, but you know, I love the fact that your wedding ring is showing, and then I will turn to the husband and say, you know, I'm assuming you bought that for her. Wow, nice job. That is beautiful. I'm sure you're very proud of that ring. So I'm sure this is probably your favorite too because you love that ring. What did I just do?
Got Dad involved.
I got Dad involved. I just reminded him, you spent a ton of money on that. You want to have a picture of that ring, you know? And I can get much worse. If you want to talk about sappy, you know, I can talk about how it gently cradles the head of the baby that you just had, that you're going to spend the rest. I mean, I can get really kind of over the top sometimes. Sometimes my sales staff are going, you already sold it. It's fine. But I truly emotionally connect to my work. And it's not because I think my work is so great. Do you know what? I honestly consider myself an average photographer. I watch like the creative live stuff and the artists that come on here. I feel this big when I watch it. Sorry, now I'm gonna get all emotional because I take pictures of babies. And you know, I see people who have hours to create these amazing things. I need a therapist, for heaven's sakes. Thank you, wheels on the bus go round and round, It works. Woo! No, but I mean, I get just as frustrated as you do. Honestly, I sit and look at things and I'm like, I can't do that. I don't have time. I don't even like to do that. I want to do that. I mean, you know, it's just, photography is just as overwhelming for me as it is for you. I photograph babies. But you know what? I make a lot of money photographing babies. But you know what's even more important than that? I have a lot of fun photographing. My happiness chart is way up here. And my time chart is way up here. And in life, what was I doing? Going up? When I go up this time, I know my heart is going to be way up there too because it's important. So take the time, let your clients know you love them, and they're going to love you back, and it's going to be forever, I promise you. ProSelect also allows you to build collages. Now this is actually a little bit older. You can now put frames and textured mats and all kinds of cool stuff. So this is pretty elementary, but the stuff you can do now is absolutely breathtaking. I mean, again, just to be able to put, to show a client a finished frame, because remember I told you that's really important, to be able to do that in less than 3 minutes and to show it to a client, there's the hands, the fingers, and the face that we talked about. If that's a $399 sale, you've almost paid, I mean, I think you've paid for ProSelect right there. So just, again, think about it that way. Can you make money off of it? Yes, ma'am.
Not only can you do a payment plan with ProSelect, but you can download the 30-day trial, and which I did, and close the sale on the one time that I had downloaded it, and it pretty much paid for itself.
Woo-hoo! So yeah, thank you for that. Now, I want to tell you one more thing that is really cool about ProSelect. We worked with ProSelect and we had them, you're going to die if you already have it, we had them implement a credit system. So now, you know how you're sitting there going, I can't do the credit system? It's done for you. So the math charts and things that we have, once you get the math figured out, ProSelect will now sell to your clients in credits. And you know what's cool? They have it set up that you choose the price point for your discounts, because everybody asks, well, how do the packages work? How much is a credit in packages? So what happens is you base it on price points. So when a client hits $500, they get 10% off. When they hit $1,000 spending, and they're buying, you remember the client's seeing credits, but when they hit $1,000, ProSelect automatically takes off whatever your discount, 15%. When they hit $1,500, it takes off 18% or whatever it is. So it's seamless. You just say, keep adding things on, and when you hit that number, bam, you just saved a ton of money. And it shows you that, and it shows the client that. So that's really, really cool. So another reason, A, to switch to credits, and B, to look into ProSelect is now, because it's something that I wouldn't even teach. I struggled teaching credits because you couldn't do it in ProSelect. Now it's seamless for me, and it can be seamless for you too. Animoto, another tool that we use. ProSelect does have a great slideshow. So again, it's a great program. There's nothing wrong with it. For us, we do a lot of video presentation. Animoto does allow video clips in there. They've also got a free month that they're giving away, and their code is SandyCL. So these are all things. If you're buying this program, by the way, definitely watch it soon and write down all those codes, because there's a lot of discounts here, and you'll find the things that you like. But Animoto is a presentation that is the next level. Instead of that simple dissolve, this is a lot higher end to your client and going to give them more of an experience. Plus, we do a lot of video work. We add a lot of video clips, so it gives the client the illusion that there's something much, much more valuable here. So without further ado, let's take a look at Animoto.
Tell you, life isn't just what you think. It's full of puzzles, still just a puzzle to me. And every time you think you're ahead, it's not what it seems. Life tends to happen while you're still making your plans. So dare to dream big, 'cause it's worth taking a chance. And when tomorrow comes, you will know you gave everything. So just do what you love and love what you do. There's so many things in life and they're all here for you. Just do what you love and do it for you. Smile every day. You can do anything. At times we find ourselves by the risk that we take. Turns out the best part of life is the love that we make. Seek the answers to all your questions. What can you see? We're all connected in life. We're all part of the same. The time we have here, short, but it's worth everything. No matter what, just know that there's nothing you cannot be. So just do what you love and love what you do. There's so many things in life and they're all here for you. Just do what you love and do it for you. Smile every day. You can do, and at times it'll feel just like when it rains, it pours, you will see. And at times
Very cool. And a reminder, those are raw images. I mean, there's no retouching there. So they're pretty true to form when I shoot. You can see, obviously, if some of those were art collections, we just literally kicked that out seconds ago. They're still sweating bullets back there. But I forgot about that part of the show. So just to give you kind of an idea of really and truly, as a parent, if you were looking at those images, again, everybody always worries about raw. Should you do artwork on all of that? If you were those babies' parents, would you buy, honestly? Did you see something in there sellable, I hope? Look, we got a mom crying over here. Charlie's mom is losing it, so. Yeah, so I mean, and that was just a few. Have you seen all of them yet, though? Oh my gosh, he's so cute. When we put that little monster hat on him, oh, it's hilarious. So, yeah, so I mean, it works. And the power of the music, I mean, obviously, if I could control the total environment and give you a show-stopping experience, but lights down, music up, show on, and it's go time, which is great. Now, we want to talk about closing the cell. How do you get people? Did you have a question?
How quickly do you transition the pictures?
I'm about a second dissolve to a second. A minute and a half is not a minute. A second and a half. About a second and a half is about the dissolve transition.
Is
but
there a
it
reason
depends.
for that?
Well,
Yeah, you had
ProSelect actually selects it actually takes how many images you have and transitions it based on the images. So you start and end with the music, which is so awesome. So that music, those transitions were faster because we put tons of babies in there. Yeah. In a 30-image session, we don't technically select it. I guess when I said a minute and a half or a second and a half, that's my dissolves on my slideshow. That's what I came to mind. But it's all based on how many images. So the truth is, the more images you cram in, the faster it's going to go and the less impact it's going to have.
Earlier, you mentioned that the slideshow had quick action, though. What did you mean by that? Is that
We didn't do it on those. Those are basically raw files, I believe. But we have some actions that we can run through things like with boudoir photography.
Oh,
It just
okay.
softens the body a little
Oh,
bit,
I
so it's
get it.
not so graphic.
That's what you meant. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just some actions that we have if we want to
Like
take the time
Photoshop
to.
actions,
Yeah, like
not-
Photoshop action, exactly. Like we could do a vignette. Like if it's an outdoor portrait, we might do like a vignette and
Okay.
a slight softening or something.
I thought
but-
you meant transitions, like it was a fast-moving
No,
slideshow.
no, not at all.
Okay.
Nope. Just very simple, clean, simple and clean.